Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today I want to show you guys something that's kind of fast and it's actually really good for people who are starting out with ComfyUi or who may have forgotten this feature exists. Because I have definitely did that sometime and I think it can happen to everyone. But before we go into that, I want to thank you for everyone who joined my Patreon because, oh my god, I didn't know that there's that many people who are interested. And I want to thank you for everybody who joined my ComfyUi as well, because I also didn't know that there's so many people who would be interested. And I want to say thank you who also joined my YouTube channel and who also joined my Discord, because out of all of these places, Patreon and Discord is going to be the places where you can find all the workflows and especially large files in case of Patreon, because I can't even upload those onto Discord because they're just too large. And if you want to spark a conversation or talk to others, just go to the Discord because there's more than 500 people now over there. And I welcome everyone, and I try to answer as many questions as I can, but you know, it's just impossible. And yeah, thank you very much. And so let's go back to the whole video, because this video is about templates. When I'm talking about templates, I'm talking about this little feature here in ComfyUi. So let's say you don't have anything, like you have no experience with this thing, nothing at all. So in that case, first time when you load up ComfyUi, this would be something that you see. Like this is a workflow, a basic workflow that would load up a very basic image for you. This is the image size setting. Here, you might not even have anything. So when you load up a workflow, technically you will see that you are missing maybe like a model or something. In this case, literally only one thing that you would need is a checkpoint. So with this checkpoint, we can make a 512 by 512 image or bigger. Like you can just set up a bigger image, doesn't matter. It's an SDXL workflow. This is the only thing that will load up the first time when you load up ComfyUi. Might as well just wait for the end result. It's gonna be the classic galaxy in the ball thingy. It just made it. So when you load up a template, there is a few things that you would have to think about. Templates are workflows, right? These are the most basic workflows that you can get for all the models that you want to use in ComfyUi. For more simplicity, let me turn these filters off because I want to show you why did I have those filters on. So on the side here, you can see what can you do, right? Like there's like a lot of things that you can do because these are like extensions and stuff. But over here, this is super important. When you say external or remote API, those are the paid versions. They all need credits. There is like a system where you buy credits and then you just spend those credits, which is kind of bad because by those credits, you can't really estimate how much is this gonna cost because you have to like convert it to actual money to understand how much you're gonna spend. So we don't like that. I don't like that. I like local, which means ComfyUi. So I'm gonna pick ComfyUi and nothing else. And when you are picking ComfyUi, it's going to load up all the templates or workflows that are going to run locally with your local models. When you pick any of these, it's going to tell you that, hey, you need maybe like you need a model or something. So let's say you want to do outpainting, because I want to start with that one because it surprised me that there are people who fall into the same issue that I have fell into like a while back, because I wasn't thinking about this part of ComfyUi. Because when you come here, you can literally type outpainting. And this is the best outpainting workflow as far as I can say for images. There is Van 2.1 Vase outpainting, which is crazy because it's outpainting videos. If I would want to do a different video editor, let's say LTX, I would just use Flux outpainting for the first frame, and then I would just put it into an LTX video creator from like image to video and then just do that. And there's other things like ways as well. Like let's say you do the outpainting first frame with this thing, and then you can use scale, one video scale, which will use a image, which is going to be your first image. And then you're gonna use the video that you wanna clone kind of. So technically you can extend the whole video with like a different perspective, or like a wider screen, because now you have a different image, but it's kind of the same image as well. So let's say we're gonna do this first. It's gonna tell you to load these models. You don't necessarily have to download these models if you don't have enough VRAM for it. There has to be GGUF versions as well. I don't have them because I don't need them. But if you need them, please look up which versions you need for your hardware, because there's a lot of people who are going to have way less VRAM than I have. There's a lot of people who have way more VRAM than I have. So, you know, I'm kind of like middle range. Here on the side, you're always going to have like a note where it's going to give you the same links for those models that you would see in the first load. And here you would choose the models, because when you download them, you can download them, but it's going to be in your download folders. So that's why they tell you to put these in here. All of these have their file tree on here explained. All right, cool. I'm going to choose the models now, and then we're going to do like an image, and then we're going to do something else. After I loaded up the models, I loaded up an image, and then I made the image a little bit wider. I use this image because I think it has a really nice photographic style, and the background is blurry, but if the background would be fully in focus, it would just be in focus as well. So it doesn't matter what kind of image you're loading in. What matters is kind of the size of the image, and you know, your hardware and what Flux can do, because there's a certain size. After that size, the image is gonna start falling apart. And then I put in an extra like resize image, because I don't need that. If I would want to put this into a video workflow, let's say RTX, this would be the size that I would work with, 1920 times 1088. Why 1088 instead of 1080? Because 1088 is perfectly dividable by 32. But let's say this is not where you stop, because you actually want to do something that I have been talking about. Like, let's say you go and you want to do scale. Interesting. One video scale, post control, scale, pre-process example. Which one should I choose? No. One video scale, post control. I guess this one? Yeah, that was good. Kind of cool. Sometimes it loads up the videos that I have done, or images. And for this one, I would need obviously a video. So I'm just gonna choose a video. I'm gonna load up the, well, this is not the video that I want. And then make sure that all the files are, do you see this? Like download, load NFL model. This type of node is really cool, because the first time when you're using the workflow, it would load the model for you. And if you don't have it, it would download the model for you the first time. And then the next time, you're just going to load it up because it already has it. And that's why it has this link here. There's like important notes, how to use the models, how to use the workflow, what settings to use. Here, you would have a setup for like block swaps. For me, on the 5090, I can get away with 18. That's the lowest that I would go with, because that will put my RAM usage at the sweet spot. If you have less VRAM, like less than 32 gigs, you would have to raise this a little bit. Maybe let's say you have 24 gigs, so you would go up to like 21, I think, or maybe 20. If you have 16 gigs, I don't know, maybe like 26. And if you have less than 16 gigs, might as well just push this up to 48. It will be a little bit slower, but it will definitely not going to give you any ooms. If your VRAM doesn't go up too high, you can still lower these numbers. So it's really depending on you and how you're doing AI, and what you want to make, and also the frame rate, the frame count, I mean, and all those things. So for this, I actually have a setup that I already used many times. So for me, I would just use that. It's really exactly the same. Like everything is exactly the same as this workflow, kind of. I think I have like some extra notes here. Like I put in a VFI to double the frame rate, which will create a bit more frames. There is a upscale notepack here so I can upscale the video that I made, stuff like that. So this is a really useful part of ComfyUI that people kind of tend to miss. But I'm telling you, when you are looking on the internet and when you go to YouTube and you see people using all of these workflows and they say like, hey, here is my workflow from my Patreon. All those workflows, when you go up to their Patreon, and a lot of times they are behind paywall. And this is why I talked about it in the beginning of my video, that I just release these things for free, because most of them are just basic stuff that I put like 1 or 2 extra models and nodes in or something because I needed them. Like let's say I extended them with like a couple nodes for LoRa's, or maybe I want to choose between something like a GGUF model or like a normal model. And I put in like a switch and like the loader nodes. And that's it. Like these people are not creating anything super unique. They just kind of have like a good knowledge about the nodes, nodepacks, and how to put together a workflow. But that's really not a big deal because a lot of these workflows are already here. Do you want to just use images? Go to the image section. You want to just use video? Go to the video. You want to use audio? Go to the audio. Like you want to do 3D modeling? Do the 3D modeling. Like you have everything you need here. It's all here. If you want to do something a little bit more difficult, that's when you kind of go and search around on the internet. But first, you can try and find out if you actually already have something here. Because one video, Z image, LTX, Flux, Flux 2 Client, Quen video, Quen edit and Quen image, they are all in here. They're all in here. You can get these things all in here. You don't have to go around the internet and look for them. And also because when you do look for them and you download those video workflows and you are surprised that, oh no, something broke again. So now you have to figure out a way to fix ComfyUI. You don't have to be worried about that because these workflows are going to work because they are already in your ComfyUI. All of the nodes are going to be in your ComfyUI. Because if you see these notepacks, I mean these templates, because these are workflows, notepacks, whatever, it's a template, they're going to work. The only thing that you have to download is the models. And then the difficult part begins if the models are working or not working on your computer. But as I have said, and that's why I showed you one video and not LTX. LTX is going to work as well for most computers. But the reason I showed you one video, because one video does have the block swaps. I haven't seen that for LTX yet. I don't know if that's possible, if it's working in a different way. But that's why they have the GGUF models for them. And it's just because this whole thing is going to work on a lower end PC with lower end GPUs because it has extra stuff already and it's just built in and it's here in ComfyUI. Alright, thanks for watching and I hope I could help you. Let me know in the comments if you guys want more beginner stuff because I can do that, but I'm not gonna build a ComfyUI for anyone. There's like a lot of videos out there that will tell you how to do that. And the reason I'm not doing that is because there is a million different type of computers with a million different combinations of hardware. And if I show you how to make a ComfyUI, I would just do it for my own computer because otherwise it wouldn't work. You would just see me having a bunch of errors. So it's just not something that I'm gonna do. But I can talk about these things in ComfyUI because I think there's a lot of things that people just don't know or don't use. And if you're curious, I can just look into it and let you guys know. I can even make like short videos and just upload it to Patreon separately from YouTube if you guys want to see those for free. Like everything is for free. I just don't want to like break this part of my YouTube where people are coming here for actual good advice and longer videos and not shorter videos. But I can make shorter videos as well if you guys want that. I just upload it to somewhere else and then release it. And you can see it on Discord because I will post it on Discord as well. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.